Hey, going. This video is about toxic relationships, toxic people, and just toxic in general, and how it affects people's mental health. Um, so let's start with toxic relationships. How do you know when to tell if you're in a toxic relationship or not? When you first start a relationship, you at least have something in common with that person. You'd hope, right? You maybe like the same things, maybe want the same things in life, but the most important thing when you start a relationship, be in it for the right reasons. Don't be in it because, that person's got money or that person's got a place to stay. Be in a relationship because you want to actually be with that person and make them happy. The most important about a relationship is you never ask your partner for anything. You never ask them for money. You never ask them for anything in return but their happiness. You don't control your partner. You don't tell her or tell him what they can and can't do, who they can and can't be friends with. Because there's a lot of men that when they're dating a woman, they don't like their partners having a male friend. And some females don't like their boyfriends having female friends. You can straight away, if you have seen that red flag, straight away, walk away. Because at the end of the day, if you trust somebody, it doesn't matter who they're friends with, whatever gender. And in a relationship, you're supposed to show love and kindness. You never put your hands on your partner, whether you're male or female. You never scream at them. You never look up on their phones or messages on emails or Facebook. That's your privacy. And the moment that that person starts invading your privacy, they don't trust you. They will say they trust you, but they don't trust you. You know, I've dealt with a few relationships where it's just been there's clearly no love. It's clearly one person wants more than the other person. So for me, example, some of the women I've dated only want to date me because I've got money or, a place to stay or fucking I can drive them around. They don't care about me as a person. They just care about what comes with dating me. And I've taught myself not to lend money to anyone anymore. Whether it's a friend, whether it's family. I'll give you some advice. Don't ever lend money to family or friends because there's a good chance that you're going to lose it. And there's a good chance that you'll never speak to that person again and become enemies. Toxic people in this world are so disgusting. They want to belittle people. They want to, make people do stuff that they usually wouldn't do. And I say to people all the time, if you have someone that you know that's toxic in your life, you get rid of them. It's like if you've got cancer, wouldn't you want to get rid of the cancer before it spreads? Well, if you get rid of the toxic people before they spread, you become a better human being for it. You won't be depressed. You won't be angry. In the last week, I've seen what toxic people are like. It is disgusting. It is to a point where you're like, this has got to stop. People's lives get ruined every day because of false allegations against someone. Someone that, broke up with someone is telling other people, oh, that person's an asshole, that person's abusive, when it's not even true. The fact that when there's no hard evidence of stuff and people make lies about people, that's sick. That's really sick. And the fact that people make fun of people with disabilities and their health problems, that makes you a sicker person if you do that. Now I was saying on a previous vid, but link will be in the four corners after this, about the behavior that, social media like Bigo, for example, where you can be a criminal, you can be a pedophile and still be able to post on social media and be able to do your thing. And that's what is scary at the end of the day. Sorry about this. But I've heard some things the last few days that would make you sick. There are some really disgusting toxic people. And toxic relationships especially annoy me because it's like, if there's no love there in the relationship, why are you staying with the person? If you have a toxic friend that, causes more problems than anyone else in this world, get rid of them. Some people do get afraid that if they get rid of these toxic people in their lives, they'll come back after them. And if they do that, it's called a restraining order. It's called you tell the police. The more you have a toxic person in your life, the more your mental health is going to go. We've only got one brain. Once that's damaged to a point with no return, you brought it on yourself. You had the opportunity to get rid of this toxic person, this cheater, this liar, this rapist, whatever, abuser, and you didn't. Mental health is a thing where it can be really bad for some of us. I deal with mental health every day. And it doesn't help when people make fun of my health problems. I'm a really lovely bloke. And I have someone in my life right now that absolutely treasures me. She said to me the other night, she said, you're too good to be true. I've always wanted a guy like you as a boyfriend. And I said, I'm just me. I taught myself how to be the best, boyfriend, the best friend, best, everything to people. It wasn't easy growing up knowing that, it wasn't hard finding, affection. It wasn't hard finding girlfriends, but the decent ones were very hard. And as I promote in Facebook and YouTube vids, if somebody comes into your life at, one of the worst times of your life, and they're there to pick you up and to pick up the pieces and help you, that's the sort of person you want to be with. Someone that will pick you up at your worst. Someone that will be there for you. Someone that will love you for you. Obviously, jealous exes always come into the picture when it comes to us finding, that soulmate, that, one true love. But past the past. And if people want to ruin your future, those are the people you don't want in your life. Now, there's people watching this vid going, where's this all coming from? Is there a reason for this vid? Because there's a lot of people out there that go through this every day. They want to get rid of the toxic people in their life. They want to get rid of their toxic partners. But they can't. They can't stand on their own 2 feet. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's hard to leave a relationship if there's a kid involved. But wouldn't you rather have that kid grow up with both parents loving them? Yeah, I was with someone a month ago that had kids. I wasn't the father, but I played the role very well. And I was very happy to be like a role model to them, even in that short time. And I know that I can be a role model to someone else's kids. If the father of the kids don't want anything to do with the kid or want to make an effort, they're missing out on seeing their kids have a great role model in their life. Because when we have kids, we have to be the role model. And, I don't do drugs, I don't smoke. I don't hang around the wrong sort of people. I'm just the sort of guy that, gets up, tries to do whatever I can around the house, go to work, and that's pretty much my days. And, gaming at night and playing Pokemon. But mental health is one thing that, at least 70-something% of the world would go through. It's not just the loss of a loved one that they love and care about. It's the fact that they're reaching out and wanting help, and there's no help for some of these people. There's no help for people like me. So we learn to deal with what we have. We learn to deal about the issues, and we try to make a way that we can turn a negative into a positive. It's like the other night I saw one of my best friends, and she was beautiful, very lovely, and she means a lot to me. But something, and she doesn't know this, nobody knows this, something happened that night that it made me think differently about things. Like, I've known her for years and years and years, and, she's one of my closest friends. But there's a moment where I looked into her eyes and I looked at her and I felt something different. I felt something that I couldn't explain. I was like, why at this time, at this moment of the night, in this scenery has this come? I'm not going to say what it is. I'm not going to give anything out to anybody, but I felt something that felt different. And yeah, I just can't explain it. But I care about my friend a lot. We say we love each other all the time as friends, because that's how close we are. But it was like when I was leaving, I was just like, when you think you're saying goodbye for the last time, I always feel like every time I say goodbye to it, it could be for the last time. Because of my mental health, I keep thinking, eventually if I go on the track that I'm going, and I know I'm on the wrong track right now, I'm out of this world. And there was one example where she said, "Oh, I was talking to da da da," and I was like, "Who?" And she's like, da da da. I'm like, "Who's that?" And then she made it clear. I was like, and then it suddenly clicked who she was talking about. And I was like, man, if my brain is already going and forgetting about people that were in my life a month ago, something's not right. And like I said, I've had the things cut out of my arm, and I feel like shit since. My back's still fucked. And I've got an ultrasound on coming up too, about for my kidney. But like I said, mental health is the sort of thing where, people that know about our problems, they attack us, they bully us. And those are the sort of people you don't want in your life. You can block them on all the social medias, but they'll still talk about you. They'll still rub your name in dirt because they're not happy that they didn't get what they wanted from you. One minute they love you and want to be with you, the next minute they're talking shit about you behind your back. And it's just like, you don't need to go through that in life. I will tell you a story that happened with me a while ago. So I was in a toxic relationship, and I knew that the person wasn't honest with me. I knew that I couldn't do the things I wanted to do. She always made me feel uncomfortable talking to my female friends. We only dated for a few months, but, we're always like, I felt like all she wanted me was for my money, so I could buy like expensive stuff. I felt like she only wanted me for a place to stay. And I kind of knew that she like never loved me. I looked into her eyes and I saw no love. And I knew that, she obviously was in love with someone else. And it really sucked because it was just like, I knew what was going on, but I didn't have the heart to break it off. I wasn't in love with her. I pretended that I was, but I wasn't. See, apart from my first love, after that, I was only in love with one person for 6 years. That was it. I haven't been in love with someone for about 4 years. And I've had girls come and go since the last 4 years, and I haven't loved any of them. I didn't think any of them would work, to be honest, because I knew in my heart that I knew that for a decent person to love me, they would have to make an effort with me. This isn't about, in a relationship buying stuff for your partner, because you can't buy a relationship. A relationship is based on two people that are going through the same thing, two people that could really do with someone positive in their life. And when that person comes into your life, when you're at your worst, that's the person you want to keep. Can I say you can fall in love with someone in less than a week? Oh, it's possible. It's very rare, but it's very possible. Like when two people are going through the exact same thing, when you come into their life and they come into your life, it's like, it's meant to be. It's straight away. It's meant to be, a relationship. But when you do find that someone that you truly can see yourself growing old with, and you know straight away after a couple of conversations, if you know if that person's going to be there for you, then let them know. Don't let a day go by. Don't let a second go by. You say to that person, hey, I know it's early days, but I can really see myself having a future with you. Open your heart. Yes, it's probably been broken before, but you don't hold it back. If you found someone amazing that's just come into your life, don't fuck it up. Keep that person. Make sure that that person you're dating or you love or want to be with knows. Because what if the next day you wake up and they're not around anymore? And you couldn't tell them how you felt? When I was in the best relationship of my life of 6 years, I wish I was more, lovey-dovey. I wish I was more, hey, look, I appreciate you so much and I love you with all my heart. I wish I was like that more in my 6-year relationship. I wish I told her the truth that, yeah, I could see marriage and I could see kids. Because, I was engaged to her for a very long time. Like I said, 6 years. I knew within 6 months that I wanted to put a ring on her finger. But I didn't know if I was ever going to get married someday. I knew I wanted to be engaged to her, but I didn't know that I was going to get married to her. And I still have the engagement ring that she got me. I wear it around my neck when I go out. It's like I don't wear rings on my finger, but it's something that I don't recommend a lot of people start buying shit at an early age. But me, I dated her before, and I loved her back then. So when we found each other years later, it was like, yeah, I want this to work this time. 6 years. And if we didn't break up, this year would have been about 10 years. A few days ago would have been 10 years. Because we met January the 10th. Yeah, January the 10th. So you guys don't realise that, yeah, 10 years it would have been a few days ago. But I fucked up 4 years ago. And I have to live with that. She's happy now. She's got I don't know what he's about, but he's a partner. And she's only had him since me. Whereas I've had too many relationships, too many sex partners, too many everything. But my mental health wasn't the same since 4 years ago. It hadn't been the same since. I've become a great man of God, great man of everyone. I'm appreciative of what I've got. I'm appreciative my parents are still alive and my dog's still alive. But, that can change in a heartbeat. And then I won't be on this earth. The person that I'm currently in a relationship with right now doesn't live here. But, it's only early days, but I know that if she lets her heart open up to me, she won't regret it. You see, I've always said, when someone comes into your life, it's worth it. It's worth the gamble. As a professional poker player myself, I know that life's about taking risks and chances. And I did with this one. But I just want to be like, when you're a girl and you only want to be the only girl in your boyfriend's life? Well, guys, they think the same. If they're dating someone, they want to be the only guy in that girl's life. I mean, in life, we only need one decent partner, a couple of friends, and that's it. We don't need, 20, 100, 1,000 friends on our Facebook. We don't really need that. When we get a decent partner, we don't need to start adding like other guys on, other girls on. I think when you're in a decent relationship, you don't add more random guys to your Facebook or random girls to your Facebook. because you're happy. You know, who your friends are before you get into a relationship, that's one thing. You can chat to them. But when you start actually being in a relationship, there's no reason to add guys. There's no reason to add girls. You've got a partner now. Be loyal and faithful. You know what I mean? But like I said, the toxic people in this world right now are ruining people that are good people. They're ruining the name of good people. So my challenge is to anyone watching this video, if you know someone that's toxic and vile and doesn't want to see you happy, get rid of them. If they're not, you know, a true friend and they don't support you, get rid of them. These toxic people, it's time we all stand up to these toxic people and get them out of our lives. We don't talk about them. We don't, you know, wish anything bad upon them, but it's time to get them out. Because the quicker you do this, the more you're going to be happy. The more you're going to enjoy life more. So it's a challenge to anyone out there that's got a toxic person in their life. But to the people that have like positive people in their life and good people and good partners, let them know today. Don't hold back. If you really love the person you're with, then let them know. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Let them know that you're not going anywhere. Us people in relationships need that reassurance that they're not going to go anywhere. Or we're not going to wake up one morning blocked. You know, we want to have reassurance. And if you can reassure your partner every day that you're going to be with them, that's a good start. But at the moment for me, you know, I said to my partner this, I've said it a couple of times, you know, and this is just saying it from the truth. You know, sometimes when good people come into our life, we think it's like a fairy tale. We don't think it's real because we've been through, you know, the drama of life and we've been abused. So it's very hard to believe that someone will love us for us. But when someone does come into our life, we've got to accept it and be like, hey, we deserve this person. Hey, it may be too good to be true, but you know what? This person's picked you. This person's picked you. Accept it. They want to be with you. They like you for you. Don't have doubts about it. Be grateful and appreciate the moment. That's the most important thing in life. You find someone in your life that really does it for you and, you know, really wants to be with you. Enough with the mind games. Enough with the bullshit. Open your heart to them. You get it broken, you get it broken. You move on. But it's time people start showing their feelings and start opening up to the people they love and care about. You've got a good person in your life, keep them as hard as you can. Lock them up. You got a bad person in your life, there's the door. You know? So thank you all for watching this video. It's a bit shorter than what I had planned, but I was just like, because I'm not feeling well at the moment, quite sick. But yeah, I'm not going to tell people how sick I am. I do say in relationships you have to be honest, but yeah, like apart from my best friend here, no one knows really how sick I am. So, but it's okay. I just get by one day at a time, you know. But yeah, check the four corners of your screen. I have no idea what I'm going to entitle this video, so you'll find out when you find out, and I'll talk to you soon.